Hey, Milo, you ready to go home? Yeah, we're not just gonna go, we're gonna go home, aren't we? Milo, are you laying on the beets? You didn't break any, did you? Am I gonna have to make you get up? Why are you laying on the beets? I'm gonna have to look, because I think there's actually beets. I think there's new beets under you. Could you get under? Yes, look, there's brand new ones right there. Don't lay on the beets. Could you find a spot that doesn't have anything planted? You were squishing the beets. Look at that. There's some new beets right there. All right, well, we're home. I've got an appointment on Monday, so we're home for the weekend. Milo's getting to do some gardening time, aren't you, Milo? She said yes. Actually, I'm watching the wildlife while you garden. I'm out here pulling weeds. The garden is looking absolutely wonderful for this time of year. She laid right back down on those beets. Milo, she goes, I'm not hurting them. All right, pick your battles. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But our garden is looking really good. I'm in the process of pulling weeds up. Milo has laying in the carrot and beet bed. There's some miniature sunflowers, dwarf sunflowers here in the center just to make it pretty. And then this is pole beans. I believe it's Kentucky pole beans and broccoli. And look, we have little baby broccoli. Little baby broccoli there. It's the first week of June here for us, so it's really just getting to where our garden's really gonna get going. So things are looking really good. This is the corn. This is glass gem corn. I've only tried once before to grow corn, and it didn't go well because I got corn ear worms really bad. We'll see how it goes. And the glass gem corn, I think it's really more of a decorative corn or a drying corn. I'm just growing it because I want to see what it looks like. So this is really just for fun. If I get something, great. If I don't, that's all right too. And this is our peas. We got two different kind of peas. That's why we are different heights. And some of them are just getting really, these are shelling pea. So it looks like we're about ready to start picking and shelling some. I do remember the ones with the pretty purple flowers are magnolia peas. Something marble, little marble, something like that, or these other ones. I'm not 100% sure of the name. Little tiny watermelon plants starting to finally come up. It's finally gotten warm enough for those guys to sprout. And then hiding amongst the peas, boy, these really look good. Those really look, yeah, we're gonna have some shelling peas. Is I've got a couple of cucumbers. Got one on this side, and there's one on the other side, and the peas are gonna die when it gets hot. And so I want to have something else growing on here, and 2 cucumber plants are generally more than enough for us. And then over here, there's some lettuce on that side of the trellis. Sweet potatoes is what the purple plants are. And honey nut, there's like miniature butternut squash they're supposed to climb, so I'm hoping those go over the trellis. Eggplants on this side are not doing so great. Got 1 plant there. Rosaline eggplant is what I think this is. That one didn't make it. And I threw some seeds in just for the heck of it, and there are a couple coming up. So we'll see. Like I said, it's still really early for us for stuff like that. So, and these are right on red bell peppers. Funky little flat red peppers. Sweet peppers. There's one on this plant here, actually. They were off to a rough start too, but we're getting going. That plant survived a frost and is actually making some peppers. The 2 in the middle were late transplants, and then those were some seeds. We'll see. Maybe we'll get some, maybe we won't. But this lettuce is doing great. We're going to be having a salad tonight for dinner. This was spinach that I just pulled out because it bolted. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of it. It bolted really fast, and I thought it was a bolt-resistant variety. Apparently not, because it's not that hot yet. Mini bell peppers. Those 2 were transplants. That one survived a frost. So we'll see how that goes. More honey nut squash and some marigolds just for fun. I like to have some flowers in the garden. These eggplants look a little better. I don't remember now what they're called. Nadias, I think. That was one that survived a frost. That was a transplant from a couple weeks ago. And a seed I planted. So we'll see. I'm in the process of pulling weeds. This is where I stopped, so I have my gardening stuff set here. And then over here we've got zucchini and squash, some sweet potatoes, some sunflowers, and some nasturtium, I know I don't say that right, but I have some of those in here. Patty pan squash and green griller zucchini, I think. And honestly, I don't remember which one's which. I think that's the squash and that's the zucchini. That'll be obvious when they start producing. And over here we've got onions and tomatoes. 4 different kinds of tomatoes. One of them, which I can't wait to see what it looks like when it starts producing, are spoon tomatoes. It's supposed to be like teeny tiny little tomatoes. You can put a bunch of them on a spoon. We'll see how that goes. And the onions, this is any gardeners out there who are still listening. This is my onion experiment. So on this side of the panel are the onions I started from seed, I think in February or early March, and they are doing really well. And then on this side of the panel were the onions from last year that I started from seed that didn't get any bigger than I don't know. They were smaller than golf balls. They were tiny little onions. So I put them in our root cellar, kept them all winter. They were still good this spring. And so I thought, oh, what the heck? Let's try planting them like onion sets. And let me tell you, it worked. Look at here. We have onions. They're doing actually really, really well. I'm really surprised. They got bit by some frost. But look at those are good sized onions for early June for us. So I'm really excited about that. So any of you gardeners that have tried growing onions from seeds before and they were tiny, keep them. Keep them and plant them in the spring. I didn't know if it would work or not because I heard mixed opinions on that, but they're doing really well. So I'm real happy about that outcome. And the tomatoes, the ones on this side of the cattle panel got bit really bad by frost, and I thought they were dead, but they're coming back. I was only planting 3 tomato plants, but because those got bit so bad, I started some more. So now we have 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 tomato plants now. I'll be giving tomatoes to all the neighbors. We've got a big tomato, an Amish paste, and a spoon tomatoes, and a grape tomato. So there's more tomatoes than we know what to do with. And these are the potatoes, which are doing wonderful. We'll be scratching around in there tomorrow when we cook dinner and see if we can get some new potatoes to cook with our dinner. I'm excited about that. That's a lot of potatoes in there, I know. It was the only place I had to plant them, so there's 10 pounds of potatoes in there. Purple potato and a yellow potato. I know they're planted way denser than they should be. Oh well, we'll see what we get. And then there's our garlic. And we've got garlic scapes, which I've never eaten before, but I hear that you can saute these and they're really tasty. So we'll be cutting those off today and trying some of those. And then hiding in the garlic there's about 3 cantaloupe plants in here. This is the biggest one. It was a transplant. And then we have a couple that were started from seed on either end, because about the time they'll get really going good about the time the garlic's ready to be pulled out of here. So that is the garden this year. Where is Milo? She's still laying on my beets. So that's our garden this year. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with the way it's turning out so far. We were kind of off to a rough start, partly because I started things way too early, didn't I, Milo? We had some warm weather and it fooled me. Milo really enjoys laying out here, watching all the critters, chasing bugs. But it's a beautiful, relatively cool day here. We are in northeast Kansas, so really just getting going good for our gardening. I didn't follow my rule this year and I tried to plant some stuff before Mother's Day, which I knew better. So that's how we had some frost damage. Things got bit, I got tricked. But everything's recovering well. Well, thank you for getting off the beets. Don't lay on the peppers, they're a little bit more delicate. Rub on that chicken. Sir, that's our little flock of chickens. We have metal chickens. Alrighty, guys. Well, if you guys are gardeners, go out and enjoy your garden. If you're having a beautiful spring day, even if you're not a gardener, go out and enjoy outside. You guys all have a great day, and we will talk to you again next week.